Arkabarkles. Gotten a package from Amazon. Maybe this is what I ordered. We'll see. Looks like it could be the right size. Now, yes, I think it is. I think it is. Yes. I ordered. It's a big one though. Now, what is it? The New King James Version, Bible version. And now I used to have one. It was so beautiful. It was blue cover with silver. It comes with a, this was very expensive Bible. But the ones that I've been using, is this one. It's a little beaten up now, and as you can see, the print is so small. It's like I need a magnifying glass to read it. So this is my Christmas gift to myself. A beautiful leather-bound Bible. It is the New King James Version. And it's one that will lie flat when you open it so you can read it. Large print, large print, and it has all of the concordance things here of references that you can go back and forth with. It does have in the back, it has a great concordance of looking up things that you want to look up. Now, like I said, I used to have this same type of Bible. It was smaller than this. This thing is, can you imagine dragging this around with you daily basis? I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful Bible. Wonderful leather. I am so happy to have this one. Okay, come on, Mr. Max. Okay, Mr. Max is just pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. Okay, now you're happy? Yes, okay, thank you. Oh, Missy May, no, just because he was on my lap, because I pick him up, does not mean she is so jealous. The minute he is on my lap, she wants to push him off and say, no, me. So anyway, this is great. This is great. It's got nice big print. It's got a nice, between the verses, it's got actual room. They're not all crammed together. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, very nice. So this opened immediately up to Proverbs. Proverbs is such a great part of the Bible. Yeah. A righteous man hates lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and comes to shame. Righteousness guards him whose way is blameless, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. Okay. There is one who makes himself rich, yet he has nothing. Okay. Who do we know like that says they're rich, but really they have nothing? They're spiritually, morally bankrupt. And then there is one who makes himself poor, yet he has great riches. Okay? And this is something I've always said, I wouldn't exchange what I have, the peace that's come, I wouldn't exchange it for all the wealth in the world, all the riches, okay? Because money does not make you happy. And there's something to be said for that peace, that joy, that refreshment that's here. Okay? Quiet, still mind. Okay? Much food is in the fallow ground of the poor, and for lack of judgment there is waste. So anyway, really nicely done. And then in the center of it, it has also ones that will support the ones that you're reading about. And you can do that type of a search. Now, when I was reading the Bible and studying it, this also has the red print. Now, if you're ordering a Bible, you're interested in having that in your home as a reference, etc. Make sure that you read the print when you go to order it. If you're ordering on Amazon or something, read the print, because a lot of these Bibles, what I found, while they look great on the surface, you read and it doesn't have the red letter edition. It'll say the type is all black, okay? So I prefer to have one where the words of Christ are in red, so they're easily distinguishable from the rest of the text, okay? So, and I do like the New King James Version, like this one part of it. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this? Okay, so he's asking her. Okay. So anyway, very, very nicely done Bible. And it has a nice, huge concordance in the back of it, that if you want to look up a specific subject, it will give you all the places in the Bible that it's listed. And you can go through, and like I said, this is what I did when I first was studying. And I've read the Bible 2-3 times from cover to cover. But this one has a huge concordance in the back. And you can see every subject. It has all the verses that are tied that go to that subject. So you can follow it through and see what it has to say about all of those things. Okay? And you do learn a lot from that. Okay, so this is huge. It's got pictures of the maps of the area, Paul's journey, Jerusalem in the time of Jesus. It's got that map. It has the kingdom of David and Solomon, Jesus' ministry, where he was. Very nice, that map, Jesus' ministry. It shows where he did the things, where he healed the Canaanite woman's daughter, where he turned water into wine, where his boyhood was. It shows all of these areas where he was during those times. So lovely. That's something new in this one that I did not have in my other one. It's got the land of the 12 tribes, Exodus, the conquest of Canaan, and world of the patriarchs and where they were. Okay. This is a heavy. I'm telling you, this one is very heavy. It is 1,649 pages. Okay. 1,649 pages. Lovely, lovely, lovely book. I wish I could have found it in that beautiful blue cover that I used to have. Royal blue. Absolutely gorgeous. And it had my name in it, embossed in it. Unfortunately, it got lost somewhere in all of my moving. And it does have a thing, like here. So I'm just giving you a rundown on this Bible. Here it says, third book of Moses called Leviticus. And it's got a thing about that chapter, that thing. And it says Leviticus is God's guidebook for his newly redeemed people, showing them how to worship, serve, and obey a holy God. Fellowship with God through sacrifice and obedience show the awesome holiness of the God of Israel. Indeed, you shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. And that's taken from, it gives the reference of the 19 verse 2. Okay? Leviticus focuses on the worship and walk of the nation of God. In Exodus, Israel was redeemed and established as a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Leviticus shows how God's people are to fulfill their priestly calling. The Hebrew title is Yegra, and he called the Talmud, refers to Leviticus as the law of the priests and the law of the offerings. The Greek title appearing in the Septuagint is Leutikon, that which returns to the Levites. From this word, the Latin Vulgate derived its name, Leviticus, which was adopted as the English title. This title is slightly misleading because the book does not deal with the Levites as a whole, but more with the priests, a segment of the Levites. Okay, so you get all of that before you even get into that book of the Bible. It gives you this whole background. Very, very well done. Now, here it is, they're talking about these offerings, the burnt offerings and things. But then later, God says, look, I don't need these burnt offerings. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I don't eat meat. I don't eat blood. I don't eat any of that stuff. I'm spirit. I don't need that stuff, okay? I don't need any of it. The sacrifice that I want from you is not sacrificing these animals. I want the sacrifice of a good heart, a good spirit, doing the right thing. That's the sacrifice I want from you, okay? But in this beginning, this is where they're talking about the sacrifices, flour, boiling oil, putting frankincense, the incense on it. And this is the way you do these offerings. Well, these are the things, that these prophets, Moses, brought into the equation, okay? Their ideas, okay? Their ideology. So these are the things that come from the prophets, okay? And this is all about sacrificing. If you're bringing a peace offering, Offer it from the herd, whether male or female. He shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. You have to pick an animal that doesn't have any blemishes on it. It has to be, so again, this is setting up to say the Lamb of God. The Lamb of God is coming later. The singular sacrifice. You don't need to sacrifice these animals anymore. Really, and what Christ said was, again, to follow him and do the good works, do the good things, bring this light to the people. Okay? You don't need to do sacrifices anymore. I'm the sacrifice. I'm the lamb. Okay? Last one. Okay? That's done. We don't need those type of, the sacrifices I want are you to do the right thing. Okay? The higher things, the things of light. Okay? So you go through and you see where they start out with these ideologies that are coming in, and then how when the Christed one, Jesus, Yeshua ben Joseph, the Christed one came, he said, I'm the fulfillment of these laws. Okay? I'm not doing away with it. Okay, you need a sacrifice. You want a sacrifice. You say there has to be a sacrifice. I'm the sacrificial lamb. Okay? I'm the sacrifice. I'm holy, without blemish. I'm holy and without blemish. Okay? I'm the sacrificial lamb. Okay? I am the resurrection. I am the life. I am the light. If you believe in me, you're going to do the things I do. You're going to follow me. Okay? You're going to live the same life. Okay? It's not about just saying, oh, I'm saved in the blood of Christ, and you continue to do the dark things that you've been doing. Okay? No, you have to live the life. Okay? You have to live the life of light and truth, integrity, honesty, etc. So anyway, this is my new Bible. It's a Thomas Nelson Bible, and I think this it's over $100 for this one. It's not cheap, but it is. If you want to have a really, really, really good Bible text, this one is very, very, very good. I do highly recommend it. So again, Thomas Nelson, it's the New King James Version, verse by verse, center column, reference Bible. Got the references in it. It's got comfort print typeface, European paper, 3 satin ribbon, premium goatskin leather. Okay. Smythe sewn edge-lined constructions for flexibility, raised spine hubs, art gilding. Okay. In other words, it's more than 72,000 references. 72,000 references. This is complete. Okay? This is complete. I think this is the newest one that came out. Let me look and I can let you know exactly how much this one is if you are so interested in looking for a good Bible that's really has everything in it that you need. Let me see. Pulling it up. Yeah, it's $121. $121.34. The list price is usually $189. Okay, for this Bible. $189. But it's on sale now. You're saving $68.65, 36% if you order it now. Okay. They do have a few used copies. Now, I don't know who would want to turn this in for $97.45. So apparently you can get it for a little less if you want the used copy. But yeah, that's a good savings. $184, that's expensive. But no, it's well worth it if you are somebody that does want to study the Bible and really have one that's easy to read, nice, large, legible type, and it does have the center references that you have, and then also the concordance you do have in the back for all of the things that you want to chase down. Such as one of the things when I was studying was about the sacrifices, okay? Was about this particular subject, because they were having the high priests and everything had to be done specifically in a correct way. Now, the high priests, if you don't know it, back in that time when they would go into the Holy of Holies, the only ones that could enter there were the high priests, okay? And what they did, they would tie a rope around their ankle, because if they went in there and they did something wrong and they died, you couldn't go in there to get them, okay? They would pull them out by the rope that they had tied around their ankle, okay? Now, some of the things there, like we have our person over there that's screaming Deuteronomy and Tarot and this and that. If you don't know, again, Bible and stuff, the prophets, okay? Prophets, they're getting this stuff, and not all prophets were reliable, okay? And they were talking about the politics of the day, where they're living, and they would put these repressions and things on. And of course, you're not going to want somebody trying to dig up the dead so when they're talking about that necromancy and mediumship, they were talking about not talking with those of the living, okay? Like Christ said, my God is the God of the living, not the dead. The dead are the ones that are gone to Sheol, hell realms, okay? And that's the ones they were talking about, necromancers and mediumship, trying to get the ones from the hell realms to prophesy, okay? So again, you got to understand the whole of the thing, what were the politics, exactly what they were talking about, or you can go off on this, mistaken notion about, talking with those, again, on the other side, okay? There are the living, and then there are the dead, okay? Those dead of spirit, dead of, okay? So, again, so many people want to try to preach and teach, and they haven't read the whole of a thing, they don't understand it, and they want to turn it and spin it into something it's not, okay? Like, we have the person over there screaming because I do tarot and it's divination, and I don't do predictive readings for people. I do readings that are, to aid them to make choices. Okay? So again, trying to layer something on here that's not here, in judgment, in hate, in vilification, okay? Today, I see she's over there trying to bind me and throwing me into the hell realms. Now, what is Christian and loving about that? Absolutely nothing, okay? Absolutely nothing. So anyway, we will leave that where it is. And I feel sorry because all she's got in her life is her hatred, okay? I wish her well. I wish her healing. I wish she would have a healing and be able to, again, have her family, have something in her life other than hatred and jealousy. Okay? So, now the big thing is she's after me because of my tarot cards. What was it 6 years ago? Because I said something about Nityananda. Okay? And she did say, through the things, which I do have the recording of, where they told her to attack me, and that's what she did, and she was as vicious and nasty as she could be. And she's still doing it. She has never stopped. The only change is, as she progresses with this nonsense, now it's for a different reason. Now it's because of tarot. No, okay? But that's been going on for years and years and years and years, okay? Takes things, twists it, okay? So I feel sorry for her because I was telling the truth about what was going on there. Everything that he was doing, she would try to deflect it onto me, okay? Okay? All of the dirty things that he was doing, she would push it onto me and try to make him clean and make me dirty, okay? Okay, and she's done that continually for all of these years. Okay? So, again, I don't wish her harm. Okay? I wish for her to have healing. I wish for her to have a healed heart. I wish for her to come out of her hatred. Because there's nothing in the Bible that will support what she is doing and claiming that she's getting it from the Holy Spirit. Absolutely nothing that would support what she is doing with her hatred. Okay? So, again, wish her well. In Christmas, I pray that she has a full healing. Whatever demons she has in there, and she says she's got that demon in there, okay? I'm not the one that said it. She's the one that said it. She's got this demon in there torturing her, okay? I pray that she really is delivered of it. Because the things that she is doing are not of God. They are not of light. They are not of truth. And to claim that they are is, again, dangerous ground. I wish her the best. I wish her well, as I wish everyone well. I wish everybody could come to the peace that I have, that they could come to these rivers of living water, that they could come to this light, that they could come to this understanding and know God, okay, and have an absolutely miraculous change in their life, okay. I'm a testament that it can happen. When I started, my journey so many years ago, my prayer was to know God, to know, is God true? Is God, I didn't know. So that was my prayer. And I was suffering when I started my journey, really suffering. Terrible PTSD, depression, all of those mind spin things were going. Okay, was in pain. Part of the path when I went through the dark night of the soul, I was praying for death. I said, I can't take another second. I'm praying for death because it was so painful. But, keep walking the journey and came out of it and had the grace, the absolute grace for the ego of that to dismantle and to be able to know the divine is, okay? I have never been born. I have never died. It's that eternal. Eternal is that gives life and breath to everything in the universe. Okay? And that is a absolute revolutionary change in your world. All of the things that you had, the pain, the suffering, as if it never happened. And one comes out of that with that Holy Spirit. Okay? You cannot have hate for anyone, no matter how hateful they are towards you. You cannot have hate for a person. Whereas she wants to bind and throw me into a lake of fire, I would never say something about that person. Never. I can really, hate her actions, the actions that are done, absolutely 100%. But as far as a person, no, that doesn't come. That's not, you can't manufacture it, no matter how evil the deeds are the persons have done. You do not have hate ever, ever, ever in your heart. You cannot have it. It's gone. Okay? It's gone, and you can't manufacture it. Okay? You can't manufacture it. Not possible. So, again, I have compassion and I feel for her suffering, because clearly there is suffering there, great suffering. Although she'll deny it and say, look at the smile. Look how happy I am. Look at the smile. Nobody has to say, look at the smile. If you are a happy individual, people will see it. You don't need to proclaim how happy you are. They will see it. Okay? So again, get back to the Bible here. If you are interested in having a really, really, really Bible that's going to be around for the whole of your life, it's heavy reading. This thing is heavy. It is really heavy. Definitely not light reading, okay? But this is, I feel it's well worth the money, okay? Because again, the type is big, it's easily seen, a lot of references, really well made, and when you come to the beginning of that book, it tells the whole background. It tells the background of that book, okay? The information, where it comes from, etc. Yeah. I'll read one more. Ecclesiastes. The key word in Ecclesiastes is vanity, okay? The futile emptiness of trying to be happy apart from God. The preacher, traditionally taken to be Solomon, the richest, wisest, most influential king in Israel's history, looks at life under the sun and from the human perspective declares it all to be empty. Power, popularity, prestige, pleasure, nothing can fill the God-shaped void in man's life but God himself. But once seen from God's perspective, life takes on meaning and purpose, causing Solomon to exclaim, eat, drink, rejoice, do good, live joyfully, fear God, keep his commandments. Skepticism and despair melt away when life is viewed as a daily gift from God. Well, like I said, if you've had that, where that ego self, that separation has dismantled, okay, then one comes into that alignment with that energy of God, okay, then that's exactly what one feels, okay. There's a renewal of spirit, okay. The Hebrew title, Oheleth, is a rare term found only in Ecclesiastics. It comes from the word kahoi, to convoke, an assembly, to assemble. Thus it means one who addresses an assembly, a preacher. The Septuagint used the Greek word Ecclesiastes as its title for this book, derived from the word ecclesia, assembly, congregation, church. It simply means preacher. So this book means speaking before an assembly, okay? Giving the light. Now that's a wonderful introduction to Ecclesiastes. Very well stated, okay? Very well stated, okay? So again, it gives you a new perspective in reading this about what it's about. But yes, there's a whole new revelation when one goes through that transformation. You know that power, popularity, prestige, all of these things that the worldly people look for are unfulfilling. They're unfulfilling. The only thing that's fulfilling is when that ego self dismantles, and then what remains is that energy, that divine is, that understanding, that wisdom. Okay? That this is the creator, the creation sustainer of everything in the world. Okay? That it's full and complete as it is. And no matter what happens on your journey, that divine is, that centerpiece cannot be touched. Okay? It cannot be touched. It's always forever pure. Okay? And so what we take on has happened only to this form. The mental spin about what has happened. Okay? But in truth, we are eternal. We are spirit. Okay? We are eternal in nature. So when that ego dismantles, all of those things are blown out. Okay? Blown out. Nirvana, nibbana, blown out. Okay? So now there are those that say you only get the truth from Bible. But no, there is truth. There is truth. And if you are, one that is following truth, then you are following the dictates of Christ. Whether it says it's Buddhist or whatever, it doesn't matter, the externalization of what it's called. Again, what Christ says is what's judged is the hearts and the minds. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Okay? What are you doing and why are you doing it? What's in the heart? What's in the heart? What's coming out of your mouth? What's in your heart? Okay? So this has turned into a much longer thing than what I was going to do, which was just to show you. And this is my Christmas present to myself. Very happy to have this in hand. And now I can pass this along, or this is one I can take if I want to take something with me that's not so, heavy duty. But, Anyway, I hope everyone's having a wonderful Christmas Eve, and we'll see you online. Much love and light.